The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
And I want to share with you was probably the most powerful shmooze about Limud Torah that I ever heard. And it wasn't even a shmooze, but it was mamish just about a little over 20 years ago. But it's ad hayoim, it remains in my neshama. It was that morning, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was Tuesday morning of 9/11. We were in shul, we heard an explosion, and there was an explosion, you look up, there's a fire, and it was extremely trying times, people not knowing what's happening. There was an invasion, there was an attack. But life went on, and I went to yeshiva, went to kollel that morning, and I'll be honest, it was very hard to focus on learning. We heard that people were killed, and then we don't know how many. It was a very devastating morning. I remember distinctly, it was a late morning, I was in the back of Beis Medrash in Providence, and someone that had left yeshiva years ago, he walked in, and he was white like a ghost, he was pale. And I said, Yankee, you okay? You don't look, what's the matter? So he goes, you have no idea what I saw. I said, what do you mean? So obviously he worked in the World Trade Centers, and Baruch Hashem, he got there a little late, and he literally saw the, ground zero up front. He was as close as can be. And of course they chased him away. And they told him to run. And he ran over the bridge. And he ran and ran and ran. And he came to Torah. I said, I don't understand you. You just saw an explosion. You were right there. And you ran over the bridge and you came to learn? So he says, why not? It's a day off. A day off. His business was just exploded. But this is a Pashut Yid, officially, a working person. And after witnessing the greatest Churban in his life, he found in a Chum and a Blat Gemara. I guess when he was young, he learned the Yesod HaChayim is Kihem Chayenu V'Oirech Yameinu is not just something we say in davening, it's not something that we sing, but that's a Yid Shir Sachayim. That a person has to know that whatever he does, but kihem chayenu v'arach yameinu. And yes, he's like Rav of Klal Yisrael, that his tachlis in life is like the psak of Rabbi Shmuel, v'yasafta deganecha, and he has to do minig derech eretz, and he has to make a living. But when he's not making a living, he starts living. And he starts living kihem chayenu v'arach yameinu. And maybe more importantly, true, this person spent the bulk of his life in, quote, the big world. I don't want to say the real world, but in the world that of the ultimate center of the God of money and of Avodah Zarah. And he was able to see this all on a daily basis, and he was able to spayis in Panamarain, and he says, Ein lanu chayfetz toiv ela ata. He was able to live through the greatest Churban and see that a Yid has one thing, and that's his Blat Gemara. Now, I didn't watch him learning, but I'm sure he learned with a tremendous devotion. And you'll ask, how could a person that just saw such a Churban, how could he collect his mind? How could he be mitzamtzim his mind and focus on something after seeing such a Churban? If you live Ein Lanu Chayfetz Toiv Ela Atah, there's nothing that's too hard. And if you live Toiv Li Toiv As Picha Mi'alpei Zav V'Chesev, there's nothing that's too hard. And if someone is living what Reb Chaim Volozhin writes in Nefesh HaChaim, the Gedulas Yikar Tefarta Umalosoi Shel Torah, I don't want to touch that because Kol HaMoisiv Gereya, but if someone is living the Gedulas Yikar Tefarta Umalosoi Shel Torah, then there's nothing that's too hard.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org